The road was dark, winding through the dense forest like a snake. Michael had been driving for hours, and exhaustion gnawed at him. His GPS had stopped working miles ago, and the last gas station attendant had warned him about getting lost in these woods. But he had no choice. He needed to reach the next town by morning. The rain started suddenly, heavy drops hammering against the windshield. The wipers barely kept up, and the road disappeared under a thick sheet of water. That's when he saw a small wooden cabin, barely visible through the trees. A warm glow flickered through the windows. Desperate for rest, Michael pulled over. He grabbed his bag, jogged through the rain, and knocked on the door. It creaked open on its own. Inside, a fire crackled in the stone fireplace. A rocking chair swayed gently, though no one was sitting in it. A wooden table was set with a steaming bowl of soup, as if someone had just left. "Hello?" he called out. No answer. Something about the place felt off, but exhaustion overruled his caution. He shut the door, sat by the fire, and let the warmth seep into his bones. The soup smelled amazing, but he didn't dare touch it. Instead, he leaned back, closing his eyes just for a moment. A whisper. His eyes snapped open. The fire had dimmed, casting long shadows on the walls. The rocking chair had stopped moving. The air felt colder. Another whisper. This time it was right behind him. Michael spun around. No one was there, but something was different. The front door, it was gone. The windows were gone. The cabin had changed. His heart pounded as he stumbled backward. The walls seemed to stretch, the ceiling pressing down. The fireplace flickered out, plunging the room into darkness. Then he heard it, the sound of footsteps. Not one pair, but many, circling him. A faint glow returned, illuminating the walls. His breath caught in his throat. The cabin's wooden panels were covered in names, hundreds of them. And near the bottom, fresh and still drying, was his own. Michael Carter. The whispers grew louder, a chorus of voices overlapping. "Stay with us." Michael bolted to where the door had been, clawing at the wood. The cabin groaned as if it were alive, its walls tightening around him. His name burned into the wood, sinking deeper, as if the cabin itself was swallowing him. Then, silence. The next morning, the cabin stood empty again. The fire crackled, the soup steamed. The rocking chair swayed gently. Outside, a new traveler pulled over, stepping out into the misty morning air. He stared at the warm glow from the window, hesitated, then knocked on the door. It creaked open.